What's going on, guys? My name is Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated, the show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you love watches like I do, you're going to want to subscribe to the show. Today, I'm going to be showcasing a fake Rolex and showing you some of the ways you can tell a genuine from a fake. Here we go. First off, if you stumbled across this video because you are looking at buying a watch and you don't know if it's real, your safest course of action is just going to be to meet whomever is selling it to you at an authorized dealer and have them authenticate the watch for you. If you're buying online, remember to buy the seller, not the watch. Do not use a bank wire. Use a credit card so your money is protected. You can also check out the Rolex forums and find the watch out section and post pictures of the watch, and those guys can most likely point you in the right direction as well. Anyway, I found this watch on Craigslist. The guy claimed that it was picked up in Egypt for $200 US. I didn't pay anywhere in the same universe as $200 for this. And I felt I had enough Rolex knowledge at the point in time just to be able to really pick out some flaws on the watch and really just wanted to play with it. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing this watch, but my friend likes watches and I thought it'd be cool to just give it to said friend and have said friend enjoy this little watch. So unfortunately, I will not be destroying this watch, but we are going to be talking about many flaws of this watch and how easily this one sticks out as a fake. This particular watch is pretending to be a reference number 114200. You know, and the first thing I noticed about this piece was how dull everything is. What do I mean by that? I mean, a Rolex dial is immaculate and everything should really pop. And just look, the colors don't pop at all. The print is very, very poor. On a genuine Rolex, the print is super contrasting to the dial and it really sticks out. And if you don't have a lot of experiences with Rolex, I understand that you might not really know what you're looking at, but for those of you who do, you understand how poor the print quality on this dial really is. Have a look at the 7 o'clock stick there. Okay, you see how that doesn't really line up with the minute marker on the outside of the dial? Yeah, that's a big giveaway that this is not a genuine watch. On a Rolex, that would be perfect. Have a look at the 6 o'clock stick, and underneath that where it says Swiss made, again, just terrible print quality, really sloppy. It's pretty much in the position it should be, but the print quality is pretty bad. Now have a look at this crown. Not only is it nowhere near what the real crown should look like, look at the pip on the far right of the crown. It looks like it's kind of melting off. Terrible. Now focus on the engraving on the inner bezel, like pretty much right under where I'm pointing at there. It's just not, it's not clean. It's just ugly. There's a good shot of the crown. It's not right, it's not clean, it's sloppy work. Now have a look at the second hand. If this was genuine, the second hand should be going about 28,000 beats per hour, and this is definitely not even close to that, and you can really kind of see it just chugging along there. Unscrewing the crown and winding the watch feels cheap and nasty. I'm going to put this up to my lapel mic and you can hear how cheap and nasty this really sounds. This does hand wind, and the movement actually can be hacked. You can actually pull this out all the way to, God, this thing is nasty. Pull this out there we go. You can actually stop the second hand by pulling this out. But on a genuine Rolex, moving the crown clockwise moves the hands clockwise. This is something a lot of fakes get wrong unless they're using some kind of a clone movement. Screwing the crown back in feels just, again, you'd have to have experience with the real one, and that's where these fakes can be dangerous, but it just feels totally cheap. Look at the gaps on the end of the end links here. You see how this one is a little more flush and this one is nasty little gap there. Same with this one, big gap. You can really wedge this right in there, no problem. The finish on the bracelet is pretty rough. Polished center links and the outer link should be brushed. The brushed part of this bracelet is not very brushed at all, and the polished bits should be a lot more of a mirror polish than just a sloppy polish. Look at the clasp here. Look at the crown. It's not even centered. And if you really get a close look at it, it is just awful looking. It's terrible workmanship. This part here on the bottom here, this rubs. See, hear that? It rubs nasty. It would never happen on a genuine. Also, look how loose and nasty that is. Another big tell. Have a look there. That's supposed to be the laser engraving on the inner clasp, and it just looks absolutely nasty. The crown is wrong. So many things wrong on this. Now, surprisingly, that actually screws out. That is what's holding the bracelet together there, and that's a little surprising. But look at the machining work on that screw. Just not something you would see on a gen Rolex. Back to the movement real quick on this. This does feature an automatic movement, but have a listen to this rotor. I'm holding this tight. This shouldn't be making any noise. Probably hear it there. Listen on the lapel. Just absolutely nasty. A genuine Rolex doesn't make anywhere near really any amount of noise, and that's another big giveaway. All right, I was able to get the bracelet off, and right there should be a serial number, and on the other side should be the reference number, both missing in this case. Here's another big giveaway. Yeah, shouldn't be able to remove the back of a genuine Rolex with your bare hands. Pop that off, and let's have a look at the movement. There it is, chugging away. Just cheap Chinese junk in here. You can see the finish work on that is rough. And now you can really hear. That's the rotor. Not something worth any kind of coin. This plastic piece around here, that's actually kind of helping holding the movement in there and keeping it from banging around. And those are some of the ways you can tell the difference between a fake and a genuine. Like I said in the beginning, some of these fakes are getting so good. Be very, very careful. Trust the guy you're buying it from. If you are unsure, then walk away from the deal. Do not just bank wire people your hard-earned cash. That wraps up this episode of It's Complicated. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, like this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.